There's a distinction to be made between explanations and justifications. What happens is there's no justification for it, but the absence of justification should never mean that there's no explanation.
We are still treating people who look like me as pathologies.
In and of itself, being black is seen as a pathology in the institution. And so it's very difficult for the institution to hold a space for anything about being black that's sacred or perfect or beautiful or loving or calm or reflective.
I think we provide services that perpetuate the fragmentation of the black man in society based on the restrictions that are imposed upon us through the use of government funding.
And also, a lot of the patients that we work with are still currently uninsured or underinsured.
Like, it's a Medi-Cal-driven system, so you have to be depressed or have some label, schizophrenic or something, in order for us to see you and get paid, and it's just re-traumatizing people, because when you say that and you have to fill out these papers, they're asking you, what are you doing, what are you writing, and then it takes away from the relationship and saying, I'm just here from you, I want to hear your story.
We're not serving them in our full service partnerships. We're not serving them in our wellness centers. I mean, we're serving them in locked facilities.
Yeah, thank you.
Exactly. And we don't have good aftercare for them either. That's right.
It is not easy working in a field that dehumanizes. That's what happens. African American males are dehumanized, so they never raise to priority, and we keep a system in which when we say it, we put it on paper, but we never lift the action.
Everything regarding the family, it is not family-centered, it is child-centered. Yeah. So adults within the context of the family put in a secondary role, which just contradicts our cultural perspective, understanding the value of elders within our community, elders within our families.
We have very little that is given to men and men's services.
He need a job. He need to be cleaned up because he need to be detoxed. He wants to do better. Anger management. Where are the services that I can send these young men to? It's not fair.
I work with the Fatherhood Initiative, and one of the things that we're implementing is getting male services to our males out there, which brings about unity in the home.
Unfortunately, in my agency, I think the service that the fathers get depends very much on the individual social worker.
The people that are in the positions of hiring have been in those positions for years, and they don't want to give up those positions. And I can name a few in Alameda County, but I will not.
I've seen a lot of black men come into the detox center asking for help. And I'm doing the intakes and everything, and they're asking me questions, where could I get help? And I try to point them in the right direction. And when I do, and they get to these treatment programs in these places, they're not treated properly and have the proper staff there to help these people, and they come back to Cherry Hill.
I think that we need to work with providers so they are empowered to serve others and don't feel boxed in to continue serving the same groups they've always been serving.
You gotta have a heart for this work. You can't just go down there and just beat them boys down.
We're all reacting to that internalized oppression that Dr. Hardy and others speak about. So we should not stand on the sideline. When you come out to juvenile hall, we should join together to work with the staff so we can all help with the young people.
And so one of the challenges I find in my assignment is redefining for them who we are, what we do, and how we can help them.
And what we haven't done as a people is advocate on the policy level. We keep running around in circles thinking, oh, the system is broken. No, it's working the way it's supposed to work for other people.
We have to be brave in these meetings. We have to confront people. We can do it in a civil manner, and sometimes it may not be so civil, and you may not be liked. But that's what happens when you're a leader.
That's right.